Hi guys, and welcome to my Inktober Sketchbook 2019 review. So this is my first Inktober that I participated in, and I'm really excited because of that. And I really like the whole process of like getting the 31 drawing in 31 days. So anyways, I used the Cappuccino sketchbook for this. I really wanted to get some paper and color because I wanted to use loads of white ink and black. So I thought that this was the perfect one to do so, even though I was really skeptic because the paper is a bit of lightweight. So of course every other paper buckled in the end, but apart of that, I really enjoyed working on this sketchbook. And if I do the Inktober the next year, I would definitely be using something like this again. So let's get started with our sketchbook tour. So as a first drawing, I'm not that satisfied with her face. Her face is pretty much a bit weird, but apart of that, I really wanted to like explore what the paper can do. So I really wanted to combine the background along with her dress, and I wanted to see how the hair will look in the end, combining the ink and combining the fine liners and the white ink. So I think that this, like a part of her face, I think that this turned out pretty okay in the end. Yes, so this is the first one. Then we have a portrait of Cara Delevingne, and I truly hope that it looks like Cara. I really wanted to like make her face not look realistic, but still look in a more illustrative way. So I used the burnt sienna for her face. Then I used a bit burnt sienna and white ink on her hair. Then I wanted to do something with the background, so I put like a bit of blue, and I used, of course, the fine liners and the black ink. So I truly hope that it looks like her. I was satisfied how it looked in the end, and of course the paper buckled a bit, but never mind, I think that the portrait looks okay. Then, of course, we have the hair, because as all of you know, I love to draw hair, and I really wanted to experiment more when it comes to the black ink and the water. So I just wanted to get some stains like from their shirts. I wanted to see how the paper will react again, and I wanted to see if I'm gonna manage or succeed to get a good hair drawing. So I think this composition, I really like this one. This is one of my favorites. Yeah, so we go to the next one. I saw this online and I was really interested, like this is so simple. It took me around, for example, like half an hour or maybe 45 minutes to actually finish this one. But it was really interesting for me to actually do something like that, just to play around with whites and blacks. And this like in the mid shades, of course, but like combining whites and blacks in the mid shades, I think that it turned out really well. In the end, I'm really satisfied with how this turned out. That was on the 4th of October. Then we have something, to be honest, I didn't know what I was thinking when I was drawing this. I was just trying to explain maybe how our mind works and how everything, you have different things in your mind, but when you're trying to say something, it gets really complicated and really maybe too much complicated for people to understand. And then I just wanted to explain like the whole mess of our thoughts in our mind. So that was kind of it. To be honest, I don't know why I used the red one. I really like, because in this, I think that the blue one would definitely be much better. So I don't know what I was thinking with this red one, but in the end, I think it turned out okay. And to be honest, I was surprised that this paper didn't buckle at all, because I was using loads of water here. But anyways, I think that this composition turned out okay as well. That was on the 5th of October. This reminded me of my college days. So back in my college, I was doing loads of fashion illustrations and loads of fashion and clothes drawing. So this kind of really liked the whole like composition of her along with her dress, like black and white dress, and along with this belt. I think that this turned out really, really good, and I'm really satisfied with this one. Her face looks pretty simple, but I think that along with this, I think that this composition is turned out really, really nicely. Then I remember this day because a part of my drawings, I have, at the moment, I have a full-time job. So at this point, I didn't have loads of time to actually draw something. And I think this was the day when my fine liners from Chameleon Art Products arrived. So I just wanted to combine something, and I thought like, okay, the red one should go well with combining the black fine liners. And then I saw this. I think I found this reference photo over Pinterest, and I really liked how cute is she. So I really wanted to draw her, and it didn't take me again that much time. You see that the hair is pretty much loose. Everything on her face is pretty much more of a sketch than a drawing, but I think that it turned out pretty okay in the end. Then we have this face expression that I really loved. I was holding, I think, this reference photo for quite some times on my Pinterest board, and I didn't know, I had absolutely no clue what would I draw this day. And then I realized like, okay, I need to dig some photos from my Pinterest boards, and then I saw her and I really liked her face expression, so I really wanted to draw her in a more illustrative way and not in a realistic way. This is supposed to be a drawing. I saved this for my color pencil drawing, but in the end it ended up in my Inktober sketchbook, and I think it turned out okay. Then we have this bird, and I really liked how the bird turned out. It was really easy for me to make this happen. I was just playing around with the background, and I played a bit with her. I also used a bit of fine liners. So I think that I don't know, I'm quite satisfied with how this turned out. And of course the paper buckled so badly, but I think like a part of that, I think that this turned out okay as well. I'm satisfied with this one. Then we have something I just wanted to experiment a bit more when it comes to like getting the shape out of the lines. So I saw this reference photo and I really liked it, so I really wanted to do something maybe a bit different and to try and to explain like her form through just lines. And of course the background, I just didn't know what to do with the background, so of course all the dots and stars are like, in combining with this, I think it looks okay in the whole composition. But I just wanted to experiment a bit more and to see what I can do with just the lines, so you can see like clearly, you can see the form of her sitting on this chair. So that was on the 10th of October. Then we have the hair drawing again, and of course, like I didn't know what to draw this day, and I really wanted to draw something, so of course the hair was like the fastest, and I don't know, it was an easy decision to of course draw the hair as well. So I think that it turned out quite okay as well for this one. I'm really satisfied how it looked, and I really liked, to be honest, I really liked the whole moment of the fine liners, the black fine liners combining with the white ink. So that was on the 11th of October. On the 12th of October, I wanted to draw a cat with a really nice background, but I messed the background pretty much, so I'm not satisfied with this drawing at all, but I decided that I will leave it, because not every drawing needs to be like perfect, or not every drawing needs like to be successful or whatever. So I really messed up the background, so you can see that this is the cat, but I really wanted to do something nice with the background, and I got so confused with the whites and blacks. I didn't know what I was thinking here. So I just thought like, okay, maybe it's not my day. I would leave it like this. So I left it like this. So this is not successful. I'm not satisfied with this, but still I decided to leave it here. And then on the 13th of October, I saw this over Pinterest again, and I really loved her hair and her face expression, so I was really interested to see how this will turn out. As you can see, the lines are pretty much loose and everything in her face is pretty much simple, like the eyes and the nose and the lips. But I think that in the whole composition, along with the color of the paper, I think that this turned out really, really good in the end. Now this is something that of course reminded me again of my college days, because back in my college we had to do some textile designs. So I wasn't thinking, like, I got a bit tired of like the whole faces and hairs and everything, so I just felt like I need to draw something different and to put something different in the sketchbook, and I really wanted to do a couple of designs. So there's not much to say about this. It's just me along with my coffee, and just like made 10 circles, and I wasn't thinking at all. I just wanted to make some really nice designs, and that was on the 14th of October. So I don't know, I like how this turned out. They're pretty nice designs. Then we have her. I absolutely loved the whole idea of her and about these triangles and everything. I also saw this over Pinterest or something like that. I'm not so sure where I found this, but I really loved it, and I really thought that it would really look good in my Inktober sketchbook. So I played around with the background a bit, and her face is again pretty simple, but I think that the whole composition turned out really nice in the end. Then we have something, I did this on the 16th of October, and I don't know, I felt this day, I really felt weird this date. I don't know why. I was thinking about loads of things in life and everything, and I just wanted to like make the symbolic drawing of how eventually every single person in the world slowly disappears. And I just wanted to draw this, and like, I don't know, it's not the best drawing, but it's just how I felt that day, and it's just how I envisioned it, like we are slowly fading away. So this was like kind of my symbolic explanation through my drawings, how would that go like through time and in the end. So that's sort of my explanation of this drawing. Then something more cheerful. I wanted to loosen up a bit when it comes to just like my brush strokes. So I wanted to do this here, but eventually I ended up like filling in the whole white background. So this was really nice practice for me to just actually like loosen up a bit more. So this is a very famous like fashion photo if you're following Pinterest, or if you are in some kind of a fashion story or anything like that, you know this reference photo. So I decided that instead of drawing her in a colored pencil way, I put her in the Inktober sketchbook. So I played around with the background. You see that this part is pretty much different than this one, but it ended up really, really okay. I'm satisfied with this one. Then we have this little girl. I think that she is drinking milk, but I saw this again on the internet, and on the reference photo, she has the red hair as well. So I really loved it because, as you all know, I have the red hair as well, and I was really drawn to this one. So I just decided that I put her as well in my sketchbook. and to try to make her look in a more illustrative way. But I think that in the end it looked really good, especially because this red moment here. So yeah, that was on the 18th of October. Now we have them, and the composition is a bit on the right. Maybe she's supposed to be a bit smaller because I started with her, then with her, and then I ended up drawing her. I really thought that they're gonna be like in the middle. Maybe she's supposed to be a bit more smaller. But anyways, like when I saw them, I immediately thought like, yes, I really want to have this in my Inktober sketchbook. So I just wanted to make it as simple as possible. So just a couple of strokes to like kind of get the explanation of their clothes, and of course the hair. I really enjoy doing every single one of their hairs, and faces are pretty much the same. So yes, this ended up in my sketchbook on the 19th of October. This is something that was also hanging around a bit in my Pinterest boards, and her face is pretty amazing. Like, I think that she is one of the famous either fashion models or photography models, I don't know, but she is really, really nice. And I just like, because in the reference photo she has the white hair, and I thought like, okay, this would look so good in combining like the paper along with her hair and with the background and everything. So this is pretty simple as well, I think, but in the end it turned out really, really okay. And at some point I think that it reminds me a bit of my sister. I don't know why, but she has the white hair as well, like not this white, but she is blonde, and it kind of looks like her because of those big eyes and everything. So I really enjoyed doing this one. Then the hair again, but in my defense I really wanted to get the this jacket look to look like as interesting as it could be. So the accent is on the jacket and not on the hair, because the hair, you see that I wasn't paying that much attention on the hair. This is pretty more sketchy than, like, I didn't pay that much attention of the whole composition of the hair. But I think that this jacket turned out pretty well because I really wanted to loosen up a bit and not to think too much, like getting every single detail right. I just wanted to make the jacket look as loosened as possible and to see like my strokes. So I really, really am satisfied with how this jacket turned out. And of course the hair. Then on the 22nd of October I saw this and I really like, this is really simple, but I really liked it, and it was really amazing for me to like just the whole shapes and forms combining in the actual like clothes for women. So I was really drawn by this, and I added a bit of like design here. It's not how it looked on the real reference photo, but I added like the white hair because I really think that the white hair went well with this whole composition. But I like this also reminded me of my college days, and I really wanted to do like in this whole Inktober sketchbook, I really wanted to do something more illustrative way and less like in my way that I like through time I got used to drawing. And it really reminded me of my college days. So I really wanted to do something like in a more fashion illustration way. So this is pretty simple, but I think it's really effective and it's really nice. It turned out pretty okay. This day, I think that this day I was off from my work and I really wanted to do something a bit more detailed. So this is pretty simple composition, but I think I like this drawing, I think, the most from my, like the whole sketchbook. I don't know why, but it's like, it's really nice. Like the whole composition is really nice. I even like the color of the pants, and I really like how everything turned out. Like even this turned out pretty okay. The lines are pretty much loose, but still you can see like that everything turned out really okay. So I really enjoyed this one, and I had a bit more time to do the drawing, so I think this turned out okay. This is one of my favorites, definitely. Then I was working this day, so I didn't have that much time to actually draw something, but I thought that these macaroons, even though they're pretty simple, along with the background, I think that it would be a good addition to this Inktober sketchbook. So even though they're pretty simple and they're not the best drawn, I think that in the end the whole composition looks okay. Then we have this beautiful panda, and this is exactly how I felt this day, so I really wanted to do something that kind of expresses my feelings this day. So this day I really wanted to just lay around in bed and don't do anything and just relax and to sleep all day. So I just wanted to like get that onto my Inktober. So I was searching through some references and I saw this panda just sitting around on the tree, and this face is simply amazing. So I really enjoyed doing this one because this is exactly how I felt that day. Then of course we have the heels, because if you're a woman, you always need to have a pair of heels in your sketchbook, of course. But I think like I saw this reference photo and I thought like, okay, yes, red, black, everything in combining with the white, I think it would turn out pretty amazing in my Inktober sketchbook. So I just went along with it, and this is how it turned out, and I'm pretty satisfied with this one as well. Then we have, of course, another fashion illustration. I really like the reference photo, but in the reference photo she has a long black dress. So I wanted to use the black as a background, and these lines, like, they came to me and like in the end of the whole composition. I just thought that it would look, it would get a good, like it would add a good touch on the whole composition of this drawing. So I wanted to do her dress a bit more different, and her face of course is pretty simple, it's just line work. So yeah, this is how it turned out. This is 27th and we almost came to the end. Wow, okay. Now Audrey Hepburn with the bubblegum, and I really like this photo, so I just decided to like add it in my Inktober sketchbook, and to make it as simple as possible, just to add a couple of white details, and of course her hair, to render her hair with the fine liners. And I think that there's not much to say about this one. It just like I was drawn to this one because it looked really cute, so I really wanted to do something like this and to have something like this in my sketchbook. Then for this drawing, of course there's another fashion illustration, and on the reference photo these colors were really nice, so I really was interested to see if something like this would go well along with the inks. So I'm pretty satisfied how in the end this skirt looked, and the whole composition, like with this line work and everything. So this is really nice, and really nice addition to have in my Inktober sketchbook. And of course the heels, again, I saw this reference photo, I think over Pinterest as well, and I thought like, yes, the heels, the makeup, everything, of course, if you're a woman you need to have something like this in your sketchbooks. So I thought that I do for this day, I do something like this. So I really liked how this turned out in the end. So yeah, we're going to the last one. And for the last one, I just wanted to explain, like through a symbolic way and through this drawing, like how the Inktober had the effect and how much the effect the Inktober had in my artistic development, if you can say like that. It really made me, because I have the full-time job and I don't have that much time to actually focus at the moment on my drawings. It really made me think different, because like every day it was like my obligation to draw something basically every day, whether it's gonna be okay, whether it's not gonna be okay, still you need to draw something. So it really made me think different, even though I have a full-time job. If you organize your time right and in the right way, you can basically manage to do everything. It really changed my mind when it comes to, like, you know, balancing between succeeding in my art career and having a full-time job at the moment. So I don't know, I think this drawing, I just wanted to explain through a symbolic way how, well, it's not that symbolic. It says like Inktober love, and of course the hairs, because I love the hairs, but I really loved the Inktober challenge, and this is something that I will be definitely using because it really made me think different and it really made me grow. So yeah, I love to draw hair, so that's what I wanted to do, like just to, like on the last one, to draw the hairs and to make them like hold this love sign. And I wanted to do the Inktober logo along with this. So I think this composition turned out really okay. And this one was, as I said, the last one. We don't have anything anymore in this sketchbook. So yeah, as I said, like, I loved every single part of this Inktober. If you came until the end of this video, I really hope that you enjoyed my Inktober sketchbook tour. And please let me know in the comments down below if there is, like, if you saw all the, like, all 31 drawing, which one do you think looks the best, or which one do you like the most, or which one do you don't like the most, of course. I really want to hear your thoughts about this. And thank you so much for watching this video. If you didn't subscribe to my channel, please do. That would really mean a lot to me. And that would be it. See you guys in the next video. And until then, stay inspired and of course be creative. Bye guys.